Hey everybody, this is Leon from Artlist, and why not talk about sound design and teach you guys how to take your videos with it to the next level. But before we start, hit that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel using that notification bell on to never miss another video with us. This is the video without sound design, just with the music. Pretty cool, but it can get a lot better than that. All you need to do is add some sound design. Now, I want to show you how it looks and how it sounds with only sound design. The video works both ways, either only with sound effects or only with music. Combine these two together and you get a really, really cool video. So let's go a little bit into depth on what we did here. Don't use one sound effect. Always try to stack the layers on top of each other with different sounds. They could be similar, but they don't have to be the same sound. So I'll give you an example. Let's put these layers on solo. These layers are actually for the first scene you saw of the astronaut. So check this out. So you can see we have 4 different layers. Each layer gives it more depth. So let's separate those 4 layers. So you can hear people talking on radio communication. This is another sound. Now, this is an intro impact. It starts the whole film. It's very big, it's very long. This is another layer of atmosphere where you hear the astronaut breathing. Now, at space, from this distance, you probably won't hear the astronaut breathing. You need to be in his helmet, but this is the beauty of sound design. This gives you the depth of the scene. It puts the audience invested into that scene. And the 5th and final sound for this specific shot, this little shot, 5 layers of sound, another impact. So here's that sound. These 2 impacts together, and together with the breathing and the radio communication, and you've got yourself a great sound design for a small shot. I want you to notice for this little transition we did with the girl, you don't see the punch, but you hear it. To emphasize this cut, you have 3 different sounds to give you the impact. And with the car, you're starting to hear it before it comes in. So this is how it looks and this is how it sounds. So we have 3 different sounds for the car. And this main sound is the one that will help the transition. You can see it starting to go in with the hit that we don't see. Okay, so this gives the impact of the transition. And when you add the rest of the sounds for the car, you get a really great transition using only sound design. In this case, where you see the pool ball getting hit and we transition into the police scene. So we wanted to create something a lot more powerful when seeing this specific shot. It's a close-up, and we wanted to give that a lot of power. So obviously, that's not the sound that you hear when you're hitting a pool ball. You have 3 different impacts. You can hear this one with the riser, which gives you more tension and more power to the scene. And it actually gives you a nice transition to that specific shot. So this is the riser with the impact. You have the impact itself. So you have a riser with an impact, you have another impact. Okay, you can hear it without the first one. Let's solo that. Okay, so you have a really low pass, really heavy based impact, and you have another impact. So these are three different impacts, like we've said. This one is with the riser as well. Okay, it even sounds a bit metal sounding. So you have three different impacts with risers for just one short hit with a billiard stick on a billiard ball. So to transition those two shots, you also have the gun loading, which obviously the dude in the specific visual didn't do, but it makes sense when you see them coming into the room. So this is how it sounds. And of course you have these two sounds for the police coming in. One is the police sirens and the radio communication. So you don't actually see the sirens, you don't see any radio communication, but it's there to tell a better story, a more convincing story. Exploding strawberries. How the hell does that sound? Nobody knows except the sound designer. This is his job to figure out how to bring to life this visual. When we approached this specific shot, we knew we wanted something that would give texture, because you see a lot of texture in the visuals, and maybe like something wet or mushy alongside that. So what we did was we took two sounds. One is a man chewing and the other is bones breaking. So for the man's chewing, we took that and put low pass filters on it. That gave us that mushy sound. And for the texture, we used the bones breaking. Again, used a low pass filter on it, and that gave us some more texture. So if I'll put those two together, we'll get a great sound for exploding strawberries. Now, this is how it sounds with the low pass, everything on it. Now, you've got to hear this solo. This is the man chewing. Ugh, amazing. This is with the low pass. Now, what happens when you take out the low pass? Sounds like this. Definitely worse than what we wanted. So the low pass here helped us achieve that mushy wetness sound. You can always play with the low pass or the high pass or the EQ to get different sounds from your already existing sound effects. You can get really creative with it. Now for the texture, we did the bones breaking. I want to show you how it sounds without the low pass first. Terrible. Definitely wouldn't fit this specific and this beautiful visual. So again, all you need to do is take that low pass filter, and now you can check it out. So put these two together, the man chewing and the bones breaking with the low pass. You'll get great texture and great wetness and mushy sounds. Add your impacts and your whooshes. Sounds like sweet strawberries falling apart in slow motion. Another quick example for a great use of low pass. We had this great shot of a manta ray doing a 360 flip underwater. What we did here, we took some existing water sounds and we put the low pass filter on it to make those water sounds feel underwater. What basically the low pass does is it cuts all the high frequencies in the sound. So this is without the low pass, and this is with the low pass. So you can take any sound, again, put a low pass filter on it, play with it, get creative with it. You can get really great results when you cut out all the high frequencies. Same, by the way, with high pass. You can achieve that effect pretty easily with the EQ, or just type in right here, low pass, and you have it right there. Pretty simple.